So the second half day, this is day 1 afternoon, so this is the second course sprint we cover in this training. It comprises 6 different chapters and it's all about agile planning more or less and what is related to it. We start with the product backlogs and the dynamics of product backlogs, the theory about it. That's a lot about me talking. Then we cover backlog items, and backlog items in general, of course, because in Scrum there is nothing such as a specific format mentioned. It's just backlog items, fine-grained, coarse-grained, etc. But to get more familiar with it, we go a little bit beyond Scrum and talk about user stories in the epics as well. We do an exercise for that. The next chapter is then about estimation. Scrum is pretty silent about how to do estimation. It just mentions that estimation is one of the information about for backlog items, and it's done by the teams, of course. We talk about these aspects and we do an exercise. I let the participants estimate something in time first, and we also talk about other ways of estimating, like complexity estimation, etc. Product backlog refinement, this is more a theory aspect, not too long. It's about who does it, what's the relation between the product owner and the development team in it, what's the role of the stakeholders in it, what kind of influence do they have with that, how it's connected to the vision, who is responsible for that, etc. Then also covered in this second half day is the sprint backlogs. This is once again going to our own sprint backlog and talking about the theory of it. Yes, it's a rather short section. The next section is about communication, because communication is very important for every product, for every project, for everything that's an endeavor which should achieve something, and communication is very often the reason that something fails. This is an exercise I've created, and this is pretty much my signature exercise in here, because all the feedback I always got from to it from participants, from other CSTs, from other trainers, etc., is that it really is a wake-up call in many different regards. I also talk about the different strategies, how to identify something, how to figure out something, like in an iterative form, etc. This communication exercise is highlighting very many aspects of agility, of iterative approaches, of incremental approaches, etc. So this is the end of the second half day, and you can find also the information about this chapter, about this communication exercise separately in the document there. Thank you.